Hey everyone, I'm Coach Dave, owner of Harbor Park CrossFit Racine.
And I'm Dr. Eddie at Daniel's Chiropractic Office.
And today we're going to be taking you guys through a series of warm-up drills for your running routine. So a lot of times we see and get a lot of questions from people that ask what they should be doing before a run. And some of the misconceptions is we do a lot of static stretching. So we're going to be kind of like reaching forward and just trying to stretch out those hamstrings. And we found that that is actually a hindrance to your running ability, and it actually causes more injuries. And Eddie, why is that?
The research just shows that with static stretching, you're kind of relaxing the muscle fibers, right? And we want to think about getting everything fired up and going right before we go for a run. And then as you kind of gear towards your cool down at the end, you'd want to use more of those static stretches and those isolated holds to kind of relax everything. But think about getting everything jumping and warming up, right?
So we have our muscles, they're like a rubber band. Put them on stretch because I'm stretching them out, and then I expect it to go run and it's all loosey and goosey, right? You want to make sure they're blood flowing, and then we're going to move. So, all right, here's going to be my running drill for you guys. Dr. Eddie's going to be demoing these movements for you, okay? So the first thing we like to do is a karaoke. It's really good for the hips and kind of gets everything swiveling, okay? So basically he's going to reach across and then the other way. And he's going to face the same direction. And each one of these drills you're going to do for about 30 seconds, or you can just do like a down and back, right? And you don't need a lot of room. We've got maybe 10 feet here, okay? Our next one is going to be over-under walks, okay? So our hip opener. So he's going to drive that knee up and out and then come back through. So think of like almost stepping over a hurdle. It's really good to open up that hip, okay, and gets everything kind of moving. So we're not glued down. So as he goes down, he's going to go all the way down with that, and then he's going to turn around. He's going to do some knee hugs for us. So we're going to bring that up, kind of bring the knee in towards our chest, really pulling against and up into his chest there. One length of that. Then we're going to do a little bit more dynamic, so butt kicks. This gets us really kind of warmed up for that run. Thinking about just kind of going really high, bringing those heels all the way to his butt. And then we're going to turn around, we're going to do some high knees. So bringing those knees up in the front, okay? Then we're going to do some bunny hops. This is going to start helping loosen up those ankles. Point here is to stay on the balls of the feet and then using gravity to go forward. Side shuffles will be next. You can kind of get the arms in there and then down and back. And now we're going to work on a series for our ankles. We're going to do some toes out walks. So the point of this one, we're going to point the toes out, and he's going to walk this way. One length down for about 30 seconds or so. And then as he turns around and comes back, we're going to go toes in. So we're actually going to kind of almost purposely pigeon toe now. Then we're going to walk on our heels. So pointing those toes to the sky, one full length of just walking on the heels. Again, just stretching out those ankles. If we're going to do a run, we're going to need to make sure this is all moving properly. Then turning back, we're going to go on the toes. So he's just going to walk on his tippy toes like a ballerina. He makes a perfect ballerina, by the way. And then we're going to do the outside of the foot. So now we're going to turn those feet out, okay? And he's going to literally walk on the outside of his feet. This one can be pretty challenging, but again, we're stretching out that ankle. We don't want to like land outside on a rock and twist the ankle, but we're actually kind of warming it up. On the way back now, he's going to go on the inside of his feet. This one is one of our more difficult ones. Just do the best you can. Okay, we've done all angles of the feet, and now we're going to do our ankle rotations. So kind of planting that toe in the ground and just go in big circles and then go the opposite way. So a couple times through, make sure you do both sides. All right, and then our last one is our fast feet and go. So we're going to move and then take off and run. All right, that's your warm-up, guys. Go out there and run. Hope this helps, and I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Eddie, who's going to take us through our cool down and mobility.
We're going to be taking you through our cool down series for our running. So this is what we'll be doing post-run, right? We don't want to do this before because we want all the muscles nice and relaxed afterwards, so we're going to take you through that series now. So we'll go ahead and hop right into that. We're first going to start with some static stretches, right? So these are just the holds that we're going to hold for a longer period of time, anywhere from like 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and start with the pigeon, Dave. We're going to work that outer glute area after we get done running, a little bit of IT band, a little bit of piriformis, and kind of just opening up that hip as well. So you can use an elevated surface like a couch or a chair, or you could just lay down on the ground in this same position right here and kind of just bend right over. Either one of those works really well. Just kind of spending some time in that area, and as always, working both sides. Next, let's go ahead and hop into kind of like a dragon or a lizard here and work a little bit of the quad on the back end, but on the front side, we're gonna work on that hamstring, calf, and ankle too. So the foot that's coming forward, hamstring, calf, ankle, and then the one that's leaning back all the way back here, we're gonna be working through some of that quad, and then just kind of repeating that on the opposite side, guys, spending some time there, anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, kind of just loosening everything back up after that run. After that, let's go ahead and hop into a calf stretch here. 2 areas we want to focus on, a little bit different of a technique. So if there's no bend in the knee, right, we're just going to be working that gastroc and kind of leaning forward, kind of getting that good stretch to the back of the calf. Now if Dave goes ahead and puts a little bit of bend into his knee, we'll actually be targeting the soleus, the deeper muscle of the calf, and we'll be loosening that up as well and kind of getting that to relax post-run. Now for a little bit of equipment use, if you guys have anything at home, let's start with our band, and we'll do kind of a 3-way banded leg stretch here. Now if we're going straight up, we're just targeting the back of the hamstring here, kind of getting all that to relax. The other thing that we can do is Dave can go ahead and take his leg to his left shoulder, and we'll work some of the glute and the abductors and things like that and loosening that area up. And then if you bring it all the way to the outside, we'll be focusing on the adductor in the inside of the thigh. You guys can use a towel at home as well. That works just as good. Let's go ahead and hop out of that. Dave, let's actually go ahead and hop into the couch stretch too, and we'll add that in there. So another one that we can do, we'll go back to a little bit more of a static, but from here we're going to target the front of that quad and get deep into that psoas and kind of get that to relax. Notice he's standing nice and tall, so he doesn't have a lot of bend in the spine, but he's kind of just breathing through that and staying calm, getting those hip flexors to relax after that run. Lastly, we'll go into our lacrosse ball for the bottom of our foot. So we spend a lot of time on our feet when we're running, obviously, and we want to loosen up the bottom of that foot and spend some time kind of fixing that ankle up too. So if you have a lacrosse ball at home, tennis ball, even a dog toy, this works really well. Golf ball works too, to kind of just loosen up the bottom of that heel. And then, as always, you guys can even go through our foam rolling series of the lower body too, because that will work just as well. But thank you guys for tuning in. This is our running series. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. And as always, feel, move, live better.